of course, a lot of people criticized me for marrying my husband. They actually thought like I was a bit joking,
Because people would say Susan is aiming low. She's above Phil. She's better looking. She's better established. Why would she lower herself to marry someone in a wheelchair?
When Susan told her parents, they were overjoyed. They had seen the signs. They knew their daughter had found someone special. But outside that circle of love, the world had different opinions.
Yes, and on the other side, we are excited. We are very happy. At the same time, there are people who attended our wedding to literally come and criticize, Really witness that are they actually getting married? Is this Lil? Because all along they thought it wasn't Lil. And they thought maybe it wouldn't be perfect. But I'll say we had the perfect wedding anyone can wish for.
People whispered behind her back. They said she was settling, lowering herself. Why would a beautiful, capable woman marry someone in a wheelchair? Her friends pulled her aside and told her she was making the biggest mistake of her life. But Susan stood firm. She knew something they didn't. Love isn't about what society thinks is possible. Love is about finding ways where there seem to be none.
And trust me, we do enjoy our intimacy. There's always ways to find, you're gonna have to look for a way, and we have multiple ways. And of course, people started saying, now that you're married, you're not gonna be able, to get children.
Through all the criticism, something beautiful happened. Their bond grew stronger. Every negative comment, every judgmental stare, every prediction of failure only deepened their love. They chose to love their critics. They chose to understand that society fears what it doesn't understand.
This is the love story as to how I met my amazing wife, Susan. My name is Philip Michael Illing. I was born in Brisbane, Queensland, and I'm the middle child of 3 children.
And my name is Susan Illing, or Susan Jogu, before I was married. And I was born in Kenya before I moved to Australia in the early 2015. I was born in the family of 7 children and the number 7. So in the year 2015, I decided to relocate from Kenya to Australia as an international student to come and study the diploma in disability. And shortly after I was enrolled fully here in Australia, I decided to do some various short courses, and so that I was able to get a job before I finished my main course. And so it was at that time that I was job hunting, and I applied for a job in this company where my husband was working at the time. But we didn't know each other, and I was invited for the interview. And that's when I'll say my first encounter. I met my husband, but I didn't know him. And so things took a turn after I got the job.
When I met Susan, I was the customer engagement officer for the provider that we worked with. This was also the same provider that Susan was just starting with. And when we met, when I first laid my eyes on Susan, I don't know if it was fate or intervention from God, but my heart told me, Philip, this is the woman that you will marry. And it takes time and it takes courage to eventually ask someone out that you have such strong feelings for. And I didn't know if she would feel the same way. But after a lot of prayer and a lot of thought, I decided I will ask this beautiful lady out for coffee. Whether it progresses into something, that was up to God. So after building courage to ask her out on a date, her response was overwhelming and positive. And after some great prayer and some great experiences, we met for coffee. And when I met this beautiful woman, I had decided on that day that I would give her a ring to symbolize my intent and my love that I had for her. And that ring ended up becoming a promise ring, a promise that I would one day put an official ring on this beautiful hand and call her my wife.
So yeah, definitely a time came and it was on a Saturday, and my husband back then, my boyfriend, he invited me to come over to his house, and his parents were in the house, and I didn't really know what to expect. So we were just catching up on a cozy afternoon, and things were looking a bit, very nice, I would say. I don't know, we were just like these lover birds that no one would put them apart. So yeah, I didn't really know that was the night that my back then boyfriend was gonna propose. So we are just seated, together. We are just talking, and my husband is like, back then my boyfriend is like, all right, could you please give me a minute? I said, yeah, sure, why not? And just like that, when he came back, he started leading the Swahili words, and it was basically like, I want to read you something special tonight, and don't mind, because I have been trying to practice in Swahili. Of course, he doesn't speak in Swahili, so I was like, okay, you've been trying to speak Swahili. So yeah, he's like, utakuwa bibi yangu. And I'm like, okay, that sounds very familiar, because like, utakuwa bibi yangu basically means, will you be my wife? And I was quite shocked. And before I realized, he was having the ring. He was holding it, and I'm like, oh my God, yeah, definitely, why not? Yes, nitakuwa bibi yako. So basically means, yes, I'll be your wife. That's how it happened. It was very sweet, short, and brief. And before we know it, he's my fiance. So that was very, very beautiful. And so after that, we continued dating. And of course, we did let our parents know that we are officially engaged. And I'd say my parents, they actually expected it, because I was dropping hints here and there that I'm actually seeing someone. And yes, I had told them that yes, the person seeing, he has disability. And of course, they didn't let him mind, because let's face it, I have been here studying a lot more, about studies to do with people with disabilities. So it's more of like studying the medicine and you become a doctor. So I did my studies of disability, and yes, I think God had it in praise that I would also get married to my husband despite his physical ability. So I didn't really mind, and my parents, they were not kind of shocked, but I think my friends and I think I would say some of the relatives, they were quite shocked about it. But
indeed, it was very special when Susan told me that her parents were overwhelmed with joy and excitement to see her find a man that is willing to marry her, dedicate himself to her, and truly love her. That was a privilege, it was a blessing, and I will forever be grateful for Mum and Dad, and indeed the rest of Susan's family. Everyone was good. I had people on my side that were good too, but unfortunately, in society, there are always going to be people that have expectations. And the way that a lot of people view people with disabilities is through their own eyes. not through the eyes of others or through the eyes of people that truly do respect them. And this became a challenge early in our relationship because people would say, Susan is aiming low. She's above Phil. She's better looking. She's better established. Why would she lower herself to marry someone in a wheelchair? People tried to find ulterior motives and different secrets that they would try to attest to why we're together. And it can become difficult. And there was a time there where all we had was each other. Because from the start, Susan said, I love you and I will stand by you until we are married, and down that aisle, the world will know that my man, Philip Michael Ealing, is a big, loving person. He's the man I chose, not the man society chose. I see him with great things in his future. I felt blessed. I still feel blessed that a person like Susan would come out of nowhere and show me love that I had never felt before. And I also made the decision that I will dedicate my entire life to proving to the world that I can be the best husband that I know I can be, that Susie knows I can be, and that her family knows I can be. And I would live every day to make them proud and to prove that they made the right decision for allowing us to get married.
People questioned Susan's motives. They couldn't understand why someone like her would choose someone like him. The doubt was everywhere, suffocating and relentless. But through it all, Susan never wavered.
Of course, a lot of people criticized me for marrying my husband. They actually thought like I was a bit joking, you know. A lot of my friends did not take me seriously. They actually thought, you know, Susan liked to play around, you know, she likes to joke, and we don't think this is serious. But, you know, deep inside me, I was just excited to get married to, you know, the love of my life. So I didn't really focus much on those criticism because a lot of my friends, you know, they would actually tell me, like, what are you doing? Don't get married, you know. And here I am, I'm just so focused on getting the wedding, you know, started, the preparation. And on the other side, my friends, they're just, you know, telling me, don't get married to him. You know, you're going to be a caregiver for the rest of your life. You're not going to be enjoying your marriage. Let's face it. I mean, he's not even gonna be physically intimate with you. So they were kind of like, why get married to someone who cannot even be intimate to you? But, you know, I'm that one person who always try to find ways where there's no ways. And trust me, we do enjoy our intimacy. There's always ways to find, you know, you're gonna have to look for a way, you know, and we have multiple ways. That is the lucky thing to get married to, you know, or to be in this situation. You find so many multiple ways, not just the traditional way, right? If you know, you know. So yeah, I didn't really mind about that, and we got the preparation started for the wedding. And yes, the wedding did happen on 27th of January, that is in 2018. So yeah, we just couldn't believe it when we finally had that certificate, and we are like, oh my God, finally we are all married. We are all excited. You know, the day was beautiful, colorful. It was scorching hot. It was, I think, around 42 degrees here in Australia. 42, it's a bit too high. I think worldwide, 42, it's a bit too high. But that did not stop us. We were very much focused. We were so much in love. I just, you know, couldn't believe that I was actually walking down the aisles to go meet my husband. On the other side, we are excited, we are very happy. At the same time, there are people who attended our wedding to literally come and criticize, really witness that are they actually getting married? Is this real? Because all along they thought it wasn't real. And they thought maybe it wouldn't be perfect. But I'll say we had the perfect wedding anyone can wish for. And I didn't really mind. I was so focused. I got so emotional walking down the aisle, seeing my husband there. Oh my God. The day was colorful, purely in love. And I don't know what my husband think about the day. And maybe he should also share his thoughts.
Yeah, and as Susan said, it was indeed a very hot day. 42 degrees Celsius is hot in any country. But I can tell you without any doubt in my mind, the heat was an afterthought. In fact, it was a non-thought. Because right as the ceremony started, a cool breeze hit the ceremony. Everyone felt refreshed. It was almost as if God himself was cooling the fires that were trying to cause controversy. He let everyone know that was attending that wedding that this marriage was ordained, and it was ordained by the Father. The Father himself ordained this marriage. There was nothing that could have happened on that day that would have soured the taste in our mouth. Everything was sweet. All we saw was each other. Despite the dozens of people that were there, all we saw was each other on that day. And right in the center of this couple was God himself, who ordained everything. In my opinion, and I'm sure Susan's too, the day was flawless. It was perfect in every way that it could have ever been. We saw those that had doubts. We saw those that were sort of playing games here or there on both sides of the fence. And we knew who they were, and they knew that we knew who they were. But it didn't matter. We smiled and we put on a show that we felt in our hearts was necessary. And as the day progressed into evening, as the evening progressed into night, we had our reception, and it was unity amongst people of ages, races, genders, ethnicities. Everyone came together and did a ceremonial Jewish dance called the Hinamatov, which is all about people coming together with unity under God. And when you put God first, unity is a beautiful thing. And as people danced with Susan and I in the center, dancing around us and getting faster and faster and faster, you could feel the winds of change strike over everyone. Those that were frowning were now laughing. Those that were doubting were now positive. Those that saw controversy now saw love. And that love shined through the whole night until early in the morning at 3 a.m. when everyone left and we were the last to leave. All we looked at each other and we said, we did it, and God is good. And from that day, I knew that this marriage was perfect.
So the wedding was over. That was again on 27th of January 2018. That's when we officially got married. And I'll say it was one of the most memorable time in my life. It wasn't easy because, we were not expecting the trolls, the negativity that came with the wedding. Yes, it's okay. We don't need to all agree on everything, so it's totally fine. We have never been upset with any of our trolls or other people who don't believe in our marriage. It's fine. We totally agree that it's okay for people to have different opinion, and we cannot stop that. So people realized we were not stopping from there. And of course, when we posted our photos and videos, everyone decided to, first of all, troll me by saying I was only getting married to my husband because I was gonna get citizenship from him. You know, that did not actually bother me. Actually, I thought it was so interesting that it came a bit later, because I think a lot of people, the moment they say, I would say interracial couple, instantly people think of green card as the easiest way to get into the country. And a lot of people thought, like, actually my husband brought me from Africa, which again, it was very interesting, because a lot of people always think it's only people in Africa who can travel to, to the Western country through green card because of marriage, or rather they get, out of country, using green card as the easiest way to get out of. They say Africa is poor. I don't believe Africa is poor. No. Africa is a great country. It's a great continent. And Kenya, it's a great country to live in. But I, of course, as I said, I came here as an international student, and I had not even met my husband. But people actually thought that my husband brought me to Australia, and I was gonna only get married to him to get citizenship. So anyway, it doesn't really quite matter, because fast forward, I'm a dual citizen of Kenya and Australia. So time goes very fast. And those who believed in us, well, thank you so much. For those who still don't believe in us, fair enough. You still got a chance. And of course, people started saying, now that you're married, you're not gonna be able, to get children. I would say children, it's a personal choice. It's actually not anyone's business to know whether that couple or that family, they're gonna add an extra child, or this couple is gonna have have kids or anything. So if we decide like we don't want children, that is up to me and my husband. It actually doesn't have to bother anyone. We have a Siberian Husky, he's our child. He actually walked in just a second ago, because he knows when we are seated together, he's going to come and join the pack, So for us, we are just so contented at the moment to raise our Siberian Husky. His name is Oscar Ealing, and we love him to pieces. He's our child. And of course, if we want to have children, that's totally up to me and my husband. We don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry about people talking all about it. So I take that as my personal business to know if we will have children or not. So for those who still don't believe in my marriage, me and my husband, we love you. We love everyone. And I think it was through those trolls that actually made us so strong. I think we became even more and more in love. As people criticized us, we stayed together, we loved each other, and we were very happy. Also with my parents, they traveled here to Australia. They were actually here on a 1-year visa, and they met my husband, the extended family of my husband, the in-laws, and also my husband got to meet my parents, and they're always welcome here in Australia whenever they are ready. So I was very, very happy that my parents finally had to meet my husband, and that was the most beautiful moment in my life. So yeah, we don't really have to give much attention to people who don't believe in interracial, interable couples. Always say, we live our life, me and my husband, and we are happy than ever.
I think that there's a lot of truth as to what Susan just said. And it's bigger than just us. It's a society thing. We understood going into this that people were not going to approve. We understood going into this that society still has expectations as to what people of certain ages, races, genders, and even abilities are capable of. We understood that and we accepted it. As she just so elegantly said, we don't hate people, we don't condemn people, and we don't curse people. Those that want to talk bad about us or post about us, we understand that that is possible. We understood that people are going to say, well, they're not going to get married. Oh, wait, they did. Well, they're not going to stay together. Oh, wait, they did. Well, they're not going to have kids straight away. We knew it. But really, what's happening is that we decided when we very first met that we would live our life according to our own rules. We would please no one, just us, and stay faithful to God. Our families supported us, and those who matter supported us. We understood that, and we moved on accordingly. The way that our marriage was designed and has been maintained for all these years is we put each other first. Every decision we make, we think about the other. We support each other's dreams, and we uphold each other's visions. I wouldn't have got as far as I did without the support of my amazing wife. Everything I've done, she's encouraged me. When times are tough, she lifts me up and says, it's okay, I love you, and I know you can do it. And because she's believed in me, that's why I've gone so far. And that's why I'm so positive. I support my amazing wife in everything. And I always say to her, the world needs to see you. You're a beautiful gift that the world needs to see. And I tell her, blossom like the beautiful flower that you are. Because I know that Susan is one of very, very few in this world. In fact, I've never met anyone else like her, and I probably never will. So I sit here with my wife, truly blessed of the life we have. We love our life, and we love each other, and that's all that matters.
To anyone watching who feels left out or hopeless, Philip and Susan have a message.
So I guess the way that I would conclude this video is I'd like to address those of you watching who have felt left out, or who have sometimes felt that perhaps life may never get better. It may just be the way it is. I totally understand how that feels, but I can tell you that one day when I sat here, the day before my wedding, looking at the photos of my future wife, I felt truly blessed, and I felt like God had just given me the biggest blessing that life could ever give you. And for the last over 7 or even 8 years, every day has been a blessing. I wake up every morning and I feel truly humbled by the life that God has given me. So if you ever wake up one day and you feel that things may not get better, or your life isn't how you wish because you're comparing your life to someone else, you see what they have and you wish that you have it. My message to you is don't give up. Every day move forward. Set a goal, a small goal, and achieve that goal. When you achieve it, set a bigger goal, achieve that goal. Because if you're constantly moving forward and looking forward, you never think about what was back. Constantly look forward. Never give up. And remember that you're very special. God loves you. And if God loves you, maybe in time, you can also learn to love yourself. Just the way I, in time, learned from my amazing wife to love myself. So from me to you, never give up. Things will get better.
Philip and Susan didn't just fall in love, they fought for it. They protected it. They nurtured it through storms that would have destroyed weaker foundations. And today, they stand strong, fulfilled, and more in love than ever.
My final remark is to anyone who, want to be in this space of interracial or interable marriage. I just want to encourage you that follow your heart, put God first, always believe in yourself, because believing in yourself is the key. If you remain true to yourself, nothing can stop you. This life of interable marriage, it's very doable and it's a blessing. For me, I take it's a blessing from the get-go. We are blessed. We have so many things we have achieved as a husband and wife, and also as an individual. And physical limitation does not define us. What defines us is what is inside our mind and inside our heart. So to the parents who have, or any relative who are looking after people with disability, I know sometimes it can be a bit challenging, but trust in God, believe in yourself, always do the best of your ability, and good things will always happen. It's not easy to have, to be a caregiver. Yes, there's burnout. Also to those who work in the healthcare system and they're looking after people. Every job, every part comes with, the burnout. But if you remain positive to yourself and you're happy with what you do, there's nothing will stop you. So let's keep the fire burning. Let's always love each other. Let's love people who have disability, the marginalized people, the vulnerable people, and good things will always happen to us. As I promise, let's all be positive in the life we live.
If this story touched your heart, if it made you believe in love again, if it reminded you that anything is possible when you put God first and follow your heart, then hit that subscribe button, comment below, and tell us what part moved you the most. Share this video with someone who needs hope today. Give it a thumbs up so more people can discover this incredible journey. And if you want to support stories like this, join our YouTube membership and become part of this beautiful community. Together we can spread love, hope, and faith across the world. Subscribe, comment, share, like, and join our membership today.